Okay, good morning. Good morning. I feel like it has been forever since I have run Power 30 on Thursday. I don't know. Couldn't last week. Something came up. You guys, I had to watch something. Oh yeah. Uh gosh, who is it? Um Oh, Ed Milet, right. He's going to be at convention. So, if you have not been listening to him on his podcast, definitely do that. It's going to be super exciting. I knew who he was, but never paid attention to him until Plexus brought him on. And I'm thinking, wow, I've been missing out. There are so many good people to follow, but he's going to be dynamite for convention. So it's just going to be so good. Um, yeah, there's so many good ones. Like, and I love it because it's really just a variety of subjects as well. And he has great guests on, or if it's just him on his podcast, like just so good. So I love that. So anyway, I just feel like it's been forever. So I'm so happy to be back. And so guess what today is? Today is May 15th. We are halfway through the month. You know what that means? We need to get our butts in gear. Because if you think maybe it's a little bit quiet or I don't know, it started off really fast and guess what? Mid-month is when you need to start getting your crap together and like doing the things that you said you were going to do, and all of that. Okay. But so I really want to talk about a couple different things. It's just a little smorgasbord of things. And the first thing is really piggybacking off of Brittany Ralph's customer service. So you guys know customer service is number one to me because if you have happy customers, then that's how you create residual income, right? From one aspect. And then also obviously building different legs and creating leaders and business builders, right? But the base of what we do is product driven, okay, and products that work. So customer service really needs to be top. And like I'm a nudge about it. Ask anyone here on my team, like I'm a nudge about it. Like because I think that just I've got customers from when I first started. I've been doing this it'll be 9 years in July. So, and I love that it was just Alita's 10-year anniversary. So I came on a year later. So, okay, so there is something that I have been doing with my team, like in this kind of rebuild stage, which has been amazing. Like it's so fun to have business builders. It's so fun to have people who are, building the business and engaged. And it's just exciting, right? So this first so I have like I printed it out, but I can share the graphic. So a lot of the people that I have now kind of like things like, oh well, not so much tell me what to do, but I it would be good if I had a little checklist. And we all love checklists. Sometimes they work out and it works in order, but then sometimes people don't always follow the checklist, right? But that doesn't mean that we can't have systems and processes in place, right? Like a general, this is kind of what we do. We know that some people go off on their own tangent and there's nothing we can do about it, but we do our best to kind of rein everyone in to the system that we have. And why do we do that? Because it works. Okay, systems work, right? We have to work the system, but having systems in place allows you to grow to diamond if that's where you're heading. Because otherwise, nobody knows where they're going or what they're doing or any of that. So when I really, it was one of my newer business builders that came up with the one part of this, and then I just took it and put it into. I thought, you know what, this could be a good system. So I have a graphic, and it's just called Week One Customer Tasks. Okay. And everybody follows it and it works well. Okay, so the first thing is if you do not have a three-way chat going, because maybe you just been chatting with the person or whatever, you open up the three-way chat, you introduce your sponsor, right? Or your whatever you want to call them, mentor, your friend, your upline, right? Nobody knows what an upline is. We always say friends. Friend who introduced me to Plexus, right? So you introduce your sponsor and you tell that person a little bit about them. You build them up because you want to build up trust between both of them. You're the go-between those two people. So your friend who just started doesn't know anything about, your sponsor, right? So you introduce them and you build them up and you give them credibility so that you're building trust between them. But then you also introduce your friend to your upline. Oh my goodness, this is my friend, Sarah, and we've been friends since we were in grade school, and I'm so happy to be connected. And whatever. You build her up. She's a mom of 3, and she just wants to be more active. Whatever. Okay, so that's you build connection between us. Okay, and then you're going to do that. Okay, and then everybody knows I always come in and sometimes I do it, sometimes whoever opened the chat up does it. First up, drink your water, ... The water chart goes, right? Like that is the first thing, because that's what everybody needs to do. So sometimes you get people who come back and say, oh gosh, I have so much trouble drinking water. So then you want to encourage them and, okay, we'll add an extra 8 to 16 ounces and, today, and, be mindful about it, have it be something that you focus on, and all of those things. I'll give them other little hints. Hey, put fresh lemon in it if you like it, or plain seltzer water. You just try and do what you can to encourage them, or they're going to come back and say, oh, no problem, I'm a water drinker. So you kind of get a feel for where they are with that. Because here's the thing, you guys, the supplements need water to work. Because if you're not drinking water, then what happens is the water is going in your body to keep your organs alive, and it's not working on your gut health or your digestion or helping you go to the bathroom or any of those things. And a lot of times you're hungry if you're not drinking enough water. So that is just so important. So you can never go in there and remind people too much about water. And sometimes I'll even tell people, like, measure it. Like, I've done that before. Because here's the thing, you guys know this. Your mind is tricky, isn't it? It likes to tell you that you are doing the things that you need to do, but you're not really. Oh, I'm drinking enough water, until you measure it out and you're like, oh, dang, I was like short 20 ounces today. And that makes a difference, right? So anyway, our minds like to trick us into believing that we're doing the things that we're supposed to be doing. So the other thing that happens first in that chat is that we either add a like a weight chart, or really a measurement chart is what it is, where they can measure if weight loss is a goal, right? So we add and I can drop these little graphics in the Energy Bus chat, but so, because you want to measure everything. But here's what's even better. I now tell them, if you really want something that works really well, I introduce the Me 360 app. I send them a little picture of it. It's like, this will scan you. It's just a silhouette. Don't worry about it. But it literally measures everything for you. And it's not like, oh my gosh, was that really where I measured on my waist last time? Because here's the thing, the reason we do that is we want people to have wins. Do you know how many people actually lose more inches than they think? When you start adding up all those inches that they lose, if they lose a half an inch here, half inch there, all that, it's like, oh my gosh, I've lost 4 inches. Like, that's a big win, and that's something that they can post about, and that's something that they can share, and that makes them happy. We want happy customers. So I share about that. Sometimes I'll share one of my silhouettes or something. And I always tell them wear the same clothes, wear like a tight pair of like boxer shorts kind of thing. I even really just have a pair of like boy short underwear, right? And I wear the same workout top, the same, bralette thing, whatever it is. Literally since I've started years ago, it's the same outfit every time. So I know it's measuring the same. So, and it walks you through it. So that like kind of gets them set up, right? And here's the other thing. We're going to dribble in the next couple days because you don't want to overload them with everything, right? And they're most excited now. This is when they're most excited, right? So you want to just dribble a little bit. Plexus has made it so much easier, you guys, because has anyone noticed it's taking 2 days for people to get their products. 2 days. That was a goal that Plexus set last month or I think it was last month, and they have been nailing it. Now, every once in a while, someone takes 3 to 5 or whatever, but I'm telling you, that's another thing that's happening. This is why you have to be on this. People are getting their products, and you want to make sure that they're set, like they're getting them before you even think about it. And you want to make sure that they start off right, because that's our job, right? So anyway, so we've got that all set up. Then either that day, a little bit later, whatever it is, send them, go into the Wellness Co, actually invite them to our team page, and then send that link in, say, hey, this is our private team page. There's lots of great information. Like, just click on this. Because if you send that link in the chat, if they click on it, they're in. Like, it's so much easier than having them. Do you know how many notifications I get? Like, people get so many notifications. There's no way that they're going to go back and find the invite. Oh, you've been invited to the Wellness Co. It just doesn't happen. So that's why I like sending that link in, actual link to the Wellness Co. Facebook page in there, right? So you can do that even maybe the next day, whatever, that later that day, check in the next day, maybe about their water. Here's the other thing. This is, and I did not come up with this, but this has been an absolute freaking game changer for my business. I don't even know how I would keep up with all the chats that I have and what's going on if it weren't for this. So Sheila on my team is the one who came up with this. And I thought, where have you been all my life, girl? Like, this is so good. And we just took it up a notch, and I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. All right. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to put into the chat, you're going to put top 3 health goals and then list what they are, or 2 or 4 or whatever it is, right? So that's going to be a message all on its own in Messenger. And then after it goes in there, you're going to pin it. Okay, so that way you always know what the health goals are. You don't have to go back to the beginning of the chat 6 months later after you've had 2,000 messages in there, right? You can literally go into the chat, click the top, scroll down, click on pinned messages, and boom, there it is. Okay, because what do we want to do? We always want to reference back to their health goals. That's what drives the whole thing, right? Yes, we want to be business builders. We want them to know about the $300, all those things. But from a customer service point, like, we want to know, we want to drive them back to their health goals. And try and, oh, look, you're sleeping better. Look, that was one of your things, whatever it is, right? So then the next thing that you're going to drop in there on its own is you're going to do initial order. And then you're going to list what it is that they purchase. Triplex 120, and you actually say which slim, because how many times I'm telling you, how many times have you gone through a chat trying to figure out what slim they're taking, what flavor, is it microbiome, is it HC? You have no freaking idea. Okay, so you put Triplex 120, slim microbiome, raspberry watermelon, and like active peach mango, or X Factor Plus, or whatever it is. Drop it in there, pin it. Okay, so now you know what their order is as well. So, because I'm telling you, it has saved me hours of going back through the chat trying to figure out what are they taking, where am I with this person? Because you guys, when you have 50 or more 3-way chats going for people who have initially started, Like there's no way to keep track of it. Like you just can't do it. But that's so easy. So, if I'm in a chat with Jamie, or Tina, I go in and I can just like initially, they're checking in or doing whatever they're supposed to be doing. And I just go in. The first thing I do is I click and I look at the pen thing. Okay, yeah, that's right. They're on triplex and they want to lose weight. And this is what they initially got, all that stuff. And I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that in a minute, but I'm telling you, set the chat up like that. Okay. So now you've got everything you need to be successful. And then the next thing is, I believe that we always give better customer service. We over deliver. Let's put it that way. Okay. So we're going to over deliver in our customer service. And you know how you do that? What you don't say is, let me know when your products come in. That's like BS. I'm just calling it. Okay, you guys, like, don't ever do that. Okay. Just don't do it. Okay. What you're going to do is you're going to go back into your virtual office and you're going to click on their order and you're going to click on the tracking and you're going to see that, oh, heck yeah, their order's coming tomorrow. Okay. So we're on day 2 and their order's already going to be coming tomorrow or the next day or whatever that is. Okay. And you're going to snapshot it and you're going to go into the chat, day 2, day 3, whatever it is, because depending on how long it takes to see that, and you're going to say, guess what? Right? Question mark, exclamation point, dancing person. Then you send the photo. Your order will be here Friday. Can you believe it? It's just like Christmas. That's what we always say. It's just like Christmas, getting that package, right? Because it's so exciting. So you're taking the initiative. You're telling them when their products are going to arrive. You're sending a screenshot. That way you know. Okay, next, what you're going to do is drop the starting guide. There are starting guides all over. You're going to drop their starting guide, because here's what I found. When I forget to drop that, then they'll get their products and they'll start. Oh, I took everything. And you're like, oh, dang, I should have tried. Now, Lisa is like, yes, like it's happened to everybody. I'm telling you, it's like, yeah. And I had this one person order triplex, active. She's like, I did everything today. And this just happened the other day. I was like, oh my gosh. So yeah, so at least drop the triplex in there, right? Because you can tell them, to drink their active whenever, a couple days in or the next day or whatever, but drop that in there and just say, hey, here's a helpful starting guide. We're going to be talking about how you're starting, but just in case, it's got great information on it. Read it over, because like I created the starting guides. And I'm telling you, like, there's good information. Like I spent hours and hours and hours creating the ones that I have. And it's just like, yeah. And I shared them in like the jewel page and the diamond page, and other people have done them, copied. And like, that's why, one plexus, right? And so, anyway, so you've got that. Okay. Then when the products you're going to track it the next day, you're looking like, did they get their products? You're going to be looking for delivered. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I saw that your product's delivered. Let's get on a quick call to talk about your products. We call that on my team the unboxing call. Okay. And it's a video chat right in Messenger. So you might have been on a 3-way call with them before. It might have been just, with your upline where you're just talking about the products or what, but no matter what, that sometimes is the first touch point that and it's about building a relationship between your upline and that your friend and you and all of that. I'm telling you, if you do not do an unboxing call, or you don't have some sort of video chat where you guys are like you're on a call or something like that, I'm telling you, I have seen it so that if you don't do that, the person tends not to be successful in the products. If you do that, you've built a relationship, and now You know, you can go over the process at literally 10 minutes max. Okay. Oh, this is your triplex. You're going to start with your pink drink, mix it, drink it right away. Don't mix it ahead of time. Enjoy it. I always try and get them to habit stack it with something else. I go through the routine. Well, what's your morning routine like? Hey, maybe you can, like, when you say to yourself, oh, I'm going to get in my car and go to my work, you know, it's like, oh, mix your pink drink it on the way in, you know, like whatever, you know, oh, you're on your way home. Like, oh, that's a great time. You're probably, you know, dragging a little bit, mix your pink drink, like bring your stick with you and everything, drink it on your way home, and you'll be set for, you know, your afternoon with your kids and your evening, and you'll make it, and whatever it is. I try and habit stack them with something else. And so those are just the kind of things, right? And this is what people have said to us before. I had no idea I was going to get this level of customer service. Boom. That's what we want, right? So then you go through, oh, we're going to make it easy. You're just going to do your ProBio 5 and your Bio Cleanse at night. And then, again, you just go in every 3 days, you check on them, all that stuff. So, but then you can come and say, I don't know if, Tina told you that, you get a free referral link too, like by being a VIP customer. So you've got that. So you can share that with people. It's always great to grab at least one person. Like, that's when you can say that as well. Even if it's been said before, it's like, remind, repeat, remind, repeat, remind, repeat. That's what you're going to be doing. So you're gonna say that. And again, it's just me coming in saying that, whoever, right? And let them know. And you're 80% more successful if you grab at least one accountability partner. I know you've already thought of somebody, because here's the thing, everybody does. Who's that person you just thought, oh gosh, yeah, my sister, yeah, yeah, my neighbor, oh my gosh, we do everything together, we're starting to do walks, we're like, everyone thinks of somebody, and then we just kind of go from there, right? And then we can teach them all those things. So yeah, so that really is. So here's the one other thing. So it's Mastermind Day, so I have to cut this short, but here's the thing. Continue to do pins in the chat on updates on their product. Okay, when you start them, when you follow up and say, hey, how are you doing with one ProBio 5 and one Bio Cleanse? Okay, let's up it to 2. Pin. Okay, and then, because you're going to start bumping them up to 3 and 4 and then bringing them down, it's like, oh, and then they did active and all these things. Just keep pinning it, because you just keep that way you always have a running tally of where they are. There's no way for you to keep track. This is the thing, we want to think big. At diamond, guess what? There's no way. At gold, probably, there's no way that you can keep track of everybody and where they're at and what they're doing, all of that. But you just need to kind of you're going to be really close with them. You just need to keep marking every 3 days max. You've got to check in with them, especially when you start the ProBio 5 and the Bio Cleanse. You need them going to the bathroom. You don't want them coming in 3 days later and saying, I haven't pooped in 3 days. Ah! Okay, so it's just a lot to begin with, but it's so worth it. That's how you build residual income. You do the work now. And like my cousin Kathy, from when I first started, was my first customer. She still orders a ton of product every day. I mean, every month, right? So like, that's what you want. And then I check in on her maybe once a month, once every other month. That's residual income. Yeah. So anyway, so I hope that this is helpful. And my only other advice right now for mid-month, okay, because this took a little bit longer, is that shorten the time between when you think of doing something in your business and actually doing it. Because if you can shorten that time, oh, I should do an opportunity call. Boom, 2 days later, you're doing. Oh, I should do a sip and say. Oh, 3 days later, you're doing it. Like, you've got the graphic out, you're inviting, all those things. Because what happens is successful people shorten the time between a thought and an action, because you've already done it, maybe made some mistakes, corrected it, and are doing better than someone who's like, yeah, I'll do that next month. So that's my advice to you as we're in the middle of the month. So just do it. That's how you learn. It is the reps that allow you to build a business, get better, and figure out and tweak how you do things. So you guys have a good rest of your week, and let's go add some customers and builders.